DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you're all well. And today's Monday. Monday, very often, is Tag Day. Today will be no exception. And I'm wearing this African shirt in the honor of Jasmine and a friend of mine called Jordan. Why for Jasmine? Well, if you follow Jasmine's tags, you'll see that the dress that Jasmine had on was of a beautiful color. It wasn't this color, it was yellow, but it reminded me actually of the colors that I'd seen at the time in Africa. And it was just brought out to me, well, let's go and get that one of those African shirts out of the box and just wear it. Actually, one thing I didn't mention, this cap was bought actually as well. This hat was bought in Abidjan in the Ivory Coast as well. So anyway, it's Monday. I'm going to do Dave Nicholson's 7-question last Saturday tag. Hi there, Dave, and I do hope that you are well. And let's start with those questions. Question 1. Who do you dream about? Since I'm retired, not probably always, but I dream a lot about, in a way, myself. But I've mentioned that before. It's often dreams like I'm gonna have to empty my office, and it's the last minute. I got to get out of there, and then I realize that there's a whole section of the office that I forgot. And everybody will say, well, that's because you've got unfinished business. And I guess that's pretty much true. There was things I still wanted to do. So I hope I dream about, aside from myself, which is a very sometimes it happens that I dream of a grandchild that is in heaven. That would be another story. But I don't know if I'm really allowed to talk about it. But it could be something. Sometimes, yeah. And the person, so the child is talking to me. Yeah. Question 2. What do you have trouble seeing clearly in your mind? What do I have trouble seeing clearly in my mind? Heaven? There could be a whole bunch of theological questions here. I could say the Trinity. No, well, let's stay on earthly things, but nevertheless, people. I sometimes have trouble seeing what I consider the truth, and that people just don't see it. Yeah. Is that clearly in my mind? I guess it's the way that some people view certain aspects of life, and I have trouble with that, I guess. I don't know. That's really not nothing else. Something else I see trouble seeing clearly in my mind. I guess it might be sometimes where it's a bit, why do sometimes people put so much importance on things that I will find trivial? Okay, anyway. Question 3. What are you looking forward to? Right now, I'm looking forward to a trip that's coming up with my first son and daughter-in-law and the 2 grandkids. So we're going off, them and me, in a camping car, and we're going to Galicia. So it's the northern part, northwestern part of Spain, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to right now. Yeah. Question 4. What is the number one thing you want to accomplish before you die? This question comes up quite often, I guess, but I guess I just want to see my children and grandchildren happy. And what I want to accomplish? Well, make my part in it, and see them happy, and it's part of the 3 F's, isn't it? Faith, family and friends, and I want to see all of those in a nice way. Put it that way. Yeah. Question 5. When is love a weakness? I guess when it's blind and one-sided. I guess love can be a weakness if it's one-sided, and at the same time, sometimes love is one-sided and it's needed to be one-sided, and that's probably when it becomes a strength. I guess when love is a weakness is when you're blind to someone else's love, I guess. But that's not exactly the question. I guess that love can be a weakness if you're in a very toxic relationship. If somebody's beating you, for example, or something like that. I mean, it's a weakness because sometimes you do have to run and go to safety, and you don't. Even though it means you can come back. Love is maybe a weakness when you don't know how to make it tough. Sometimes tough love is what's needed. And your love is a weakness if you're not using tough love sometimes. Yeah, I'm not quite certain that I know a real answer, if there is just one answer. Question 6. What has been the most terrifying moment of your life thus far? Well, one was a physical thing when we were attacked on the metro in Montreal. Somebody with a sharp object was going for us, and we just managed to get out of the metro when the door closed basically on him, almost. That's one thing. But the most terrifying moment in reality, I think, was when Mrs. DC gave birth to our second child, and it went really bad. It was like basically, I don't like to say, but we often say that she gave birth and had a cesarean section, a C-section, and because it locked and everything, and we had one of the nurses who had worked many years in Africa and told us, she says, well, feel blessed that you are in Switzerland. If you'd have been in Africa, both child and mother would be gone. So yeah, that was terrifying. It really was. I guess that would be it. And question 7. Who is the strongest person you know? Jesus Christ. On earth, every person that I know has some strengths and some weaknesses. And I don't think that one person, actually, can't thinking of one person I'd say who's absolutely the strongest, because all of the people that I know have some matching, put it this way, some matching weaknesses. I do as well, of course. So yeah, I'll stay with that. Jesus Christ. That's question 7 and last. Well, thank you very much, Dave, and I hope it'll be a good week for you. I'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a good week.